everyone, Emily Joan Smith here. How are we doing today? So, today I want to talk to you if you're going through a tough time, a rough time, a hard time, a bad time in your life. I want to talk to you right now because, yes, you may be going through something rough, something tough, something hard, but you've been through stuff before and you survived. What I mean by this is, I was driving home and I was thinking, oh my God, what if I'm not good enough? Oh my God, all these bad negative thoughts are going through my head. I don't feel good enough. I feel like I'm failing. I feel like everything's going a bit wrong. And then I thought, I wish I was like the primary school kids, just dressing up today, no cares in the world, like just everything's fine. Maybe I'm the tiger who came to tea and I'm just chilling, life is great. I wish I was one of those kids. And then I thought to myself, primary school was so easy. Secondary school was so easy. College was so easy. And then I sat there and I really thought, and I thought, do you know what? I actually had some really tough times through primary school. I had some really tough times through secondary school, and I had some really tough times through college. Through each of my schools, I had a really tough time. And I was sitting there thinking, these kids have this is really annoying me, sorry. These kids have the easiest life ever. I wish I was one of them right now. But if you think about it, when you were in primary school or even last year or when you're in secondary school, you still went through tough times. And when you were going through that time, at that specific point in your life, when you were back then being that person that you were, that thing was the most difficult thing in your whole entire life and you thought you could not get through it. Each time we have these feelings, each time we have these situations through our life where we feel we cannot get through it and it's the toughest thing that we've ever been through. It is the toughest thing we've ever been through and they're hard feelings, but we still got through it. Because I'm going through something tough right now doesn't mean my past self didn't go through something just as tough. It's like when you've gone through something tough in your life and your friend's going through something tough. When I was in primary school, I lost my father, and my friends were going through tough times with their boyfriends, and I was looking at them like, oh my God, you do not know what life is. My dad is dead and you're crying over a boy. But the thing is, that to them crying over the breakup with the boy was just as worse as my dad dying, because to them that is the worst thing in their life that had ever happened. That was the toughest thing that had ever happened to them, and for them it was really tough. Just because I had something tough that may seem or may not seem worse doesn't mean that my problems were bigger. And it's thinking about that the similar way about your past self. Just because you're going through something horrible right now doesn't mean your past self didn't go through something absolutely horrible as well, because your past self at that time, that was the worst thing that you've ever been through. So the reason that I'm talking about this is because I was in the car and I was like, oh my God, I wish I was a primary school kid dressing up on book day. But the thing is, you've got through all them tough times, and although right now whatever you're going through is the toughest thing that you've ever been through, and whatever you're going through right now is the hardest thing you've ever been through, back then it was just as bad, because that was the hardest thing and the toughest thing that you've ever been through, and you got through that. That's the point I'm making. If you could get through it then, although right now it may not seem it was as bad, it was just as bad back then as it is now. But you got through that time, so you can get through this time, and you can get through anything because you got through that. Do you get what I mean? Just because you're going through something tough right now doesn't mean your past self, whether it was a broken nail, whether it was breaking up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, whether it was standing on a piece of Lego or a plug, that back then, that was the worst thing that you've been through. Although right now you may have a broken leg and that plug looks like nothing, that piece of Lego is nothing to this broken leg. Although someone in your family may have died right now and your boyfriend may have broke up with you back then, and that doesn't seem as bad as this. Back then, that was just as tough as this is now, but you got through that so you can get through this. That's what I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make. You've got through things before so you can get through them now. if your past self could get through that, you can get through this. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have Instagram or YouTube, please go follow my Instagram and YouTube. It's Live Without Limits Official. And also, if you've liked this video, please give it a like. Please give it a share, because you never know on your timeline who needs to hear this or who needs to hear any of my other videos. Because if I'm struggling with these things, I'm sure other people are struggling with these things. So please share, please like, please spread the word, please follow my Instagram, please follow my YouTube, please, just please, because you never know who it might help. Spread the word, spread the word. And if you're going through a tough time, you've got this. I believe in you. You should believe in yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.